We are happy to meet you again as part of the Play and Learn series with another exciting web tool called Kahoot. As you would have seen in the starting video a couple of minutes earlier, Kahoots, I'm sure, is going to bring engagement and excitement to learn irrespective of where it is implemented. Kahoots are one of those widely used educational technology, not only in schools or colleges, it is also gaining popularity in corporate trainings, online presentations, and family friends gatherings. Like the previous tool Quizlet that we saw in our earlier video, Kahoots can also be played for any subject in any language on any device and obviously by people of all ages. Kahoots are easy to create and the existing ones can also be customized according to our needs. So once you key in www.kahoot.com on your browser, it takes you to the initial login process. Once all the login procedures are set, your Kahoot opens up to the front page like this. Already created Kahoots are shown on the right side, and you can also discover Kahoots that are already created by people, and you can also view various reports and stuff like that. So let's see how to go and discover already created Kahoots in this tool. Now once you click on Discover, it takes you to the page where you can search for created sets. During these tough times, Kahoot is also helping learners across with various content, and all these are already created stuff which probably you can browse through to find out if anything suits your need, or you can always go and type in what you want. Say I want to play a game on astronomy to engage my kids just for fun at home. So I key in astronomy and I go search for it, and Kahoot gives me a variety of quiz sets that are already created. I can also level it down based on the grades that I want to. There are more other filter options for you to narrow down your search. And once you do all this, you have a variety of options for you to pick and choose. Now I choose this. I feel this might be a little easy for them, so I choose this. This is an already created Kahoot set. So once I click on the set that I want to use, you could see the quiz coming up. So this particular quiz has 15 multiple choice questions. You could also see how the answers are given. There are 4 multiple choice options given. Every question has a time set to it. You can change the time accordingly to the need of your question and the answer. We will talk in detail about how to create a Kahoot set a little later, but right now we are talking about how to use an existing Kahoot set and customize it to your needs. So this is an already existing set with 15 questions, and you could see that it has already been played by a lot of players. There are 2 options. One is to share this with your students. You could share it on the social media sites or copy the link and send it to them through mail or classrooms, Google Classrooms, or even WhatsApp. Or you can choose to play this live with them. Now let's see the preview of this as to how it will execute. So now this is the preview of the game. This is what exactly happens when you go live and play Kahoot game. Now this astronomy game, I played it at home. I opened Kahoot. This wider screen you see is what I had on my laptop. I Chromecasted it into my television so that the children have a bigger experience of it. The mobile phones were given to the kids and they had to just enter the game pin and do the quiz from the mobile. So once you load up the quiz, it gives you an option of classic versus team mode. You can project this in your classroom and let your students play, provided they are allowed to use their mobile phones in the classrooms. I'm sure this is not a constraint at all when it comes to corporate trainings or family gatherings. So you choose the appropriate game that you want to play and keep your audience enthralled, and you go into the play mode, and this is the preview of how it happens. Now, every individual player, if you want them to get into the game, use the classic mode. If you want them to group themselves as a team, they can work as a team and get into the team mode. Now, I'm choosing the player versus player individual classic mode. So once you click on that here, your game is loaded and you could see the game finished. A music starts playing behind, and the music is what really pumps up the energy, I tell you. But here I'm muting it so that you could hear me properly. So you have to just tell all your participants to go to www.kahoot.it in case they work from the browsers or through the app. So once they go through the app or the browser, they ask for the game pin. Now this is how it happens on the mobile phone. So once you get into the app or the browser, it asks for the game pin. So you key in the game pin as a participant. You key in the game pin. And for this, one thing that is required is that all the participants should be in a position to see the big screen. So as a teacher, if you're projecting it in the classroom, they would be able to see it. That is how it works even in the corporate sectors. In the family gatherings also, you have to ensure that there is some way of screening this. You could either project it or Chromecast it, as I told you. So this screen has to be visible to the audience. As you saw, as a participant, once you key in the game pin and gave in your name, which was probably say XYZ or whatever it is, it reflects on the bigger screen here. Now, as a teacher, once you ensure that all your students or participants have logged into the Kahoot game, you start the game. Now, the moment you click on start, the game gets loaded. There are 15 questions that they will have to answer. The question comes up. They have time to read the question and then now the students just go and click the answer in their mobile, which is nothing but the color along with the shape. And once that is done by all the learners, the screen pops up with a leaderboard wherein the correct answer is highlighted and the answers given by various participants are also shown. Now, isn't this real-time evaluation? Now, the learners passively know that the answer they gave is right or wrong, and they also learn the right answer. And as a teacher, you will be able to immediately assess how many of them got it right and how many of them got it wrong. And in case it is alarmingly on the upper side of many got it wrong, then you can clarify it immediately with them before you move on to the next question. You can also end the game whenever you feel like. You can skip questions in case you feel they might be difficult for your students also. Now let's also see how to create a Kahoot of your own. Click on Create here to create a Kahoot of your own. Once you click on Create, it allows you to create your own Kahoot set with multiple choice questions or true or false in the basic version. Your creativity is the limit for testing. It can be used as formative assessments or simple assessments, and you have various other options that you can actually explore with. Now, I'm creating a simple one. First, I give a title here. So say I'm calling this as the Kahoot quiz. If the title, you have a few settings that you can also explore. And once this is done, this is your question. So my first question is, say, what is Kahoot? And you will have to give 4 suitable answers. You can add an image to augment your question. You can set the time limit for your students. Say this question demands just 10 seconds to answer. We tried this with mathematics in tertiary sector. We gave a complex problem as a question and we set the timer to 240 seconds, so that gave them enough time to work out the question and choose the right answer from the option. There are various other options that you can ponder around and choose as what is, that befits your game. Now, what is Kahoot? I give options like a game, I say it is a video, or I say it is a MCQ quiz. But the right answer to this is it is a game with MCQ quiz options. So yeah, sorry for those typos that I'm making. This is the right option and I choose that as the right answer. Now I can add another question. It allows me only 2 options in the basic version. Another one is the true or false question. So I given another true or false question. Kahoot can be used by all for all subjects. Yes, we will all agree that it is true. Now again, I set the timer accordingly and I can add in other things, whatever appropriate is. My Kahoot set is ready. This is how you create your quizzes. And once I'm done, I click on Done. Now there are more suggestions. You can do whatever appropriately for your needs. Click on Done. Your Kahoot set is now all ready for you to use further. While we see the Kahoot set created, you can also organize them into folders if you are creating, say, lesson-wise quizzes or module-wise quizzes, or as it suits your needs. I hope this was useful, and as a parent or as a teacher or as a trainer, I request all of you to take a look into Kahoot, trial it, error it, explore it the way you would like to use it, and do share your comments with me, and do let me know how you found this video.